Well, I guess I'm zoomed up again. It's really starting to piss me off. But what do you want to do? Whoop, I forgot my guitar there. Unprofessionalism. Well, let me tell you something, everybody. You want to talk about excitement? Now the shit's hitting the fan. All the truth is coming out. People are starting to talk about um, the Pentagon, anyways. You should see what they're admitting. Like, we have no evidence whatsoever of UFOs, um, changing the laws of physics. And I think that's a little silly because my last stream that I streamed, I was talking about that. And I was talking about them doing just that. Not that in my stream, sorry, in my video, my last video that I posted, or before last, whatever, I don't remember anymore. I think it is the before last video, the STS-48 mission, rare mission that I showed you. It's funny, I post that, so the Pentagon comes on now. Of course, it's coincidence, but it makes me laugh. Comes on and says, well, the new office of the Pentagon says, we don't have anything UFO related. We have no extraordinary cases. We don't have anything. It's like there's nothing out there. They're telling us basically what they're telling us about the moon. And why am I so excited at that happening? It's because they're not going to be able to do that inevitably for long, is what I think. Why? Because there's certain things in the background that are pushing them, certain programs that are pushing them to come out with that truth. Don't forget, guys, we are waiting for Luis Elizondo's case to be over. He's being studied, right? He has high clearance, top secret clearances. He's a person that NASA goes and jumping around. He's a person that that ufologists or in the government, agents like Men in Black, FBI, whatever, CIA, DARPA, they're all using Luis Elizondo to ask him questions about certain types of UFOs. But here's the thing, he's also in biology. So there's a lot that they're not telling us about UFOs. They just put that term out there, UFO, and it could be absolutely anything. If they're looking at something alive, I'm pretty sure they don't really use the term UFOs, but in the public they do. They're going to leave every capture, every sighting, whether drone, anomaly, things that they know that they don't want to tell us is going to be pass off for, a UFO. And again, it's going to be blurry. They got me way zoomed up here. Really, 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 really gets me mad when they do that. Maybe I'm going to start backing up my computer way back there. Make it look like I'm a little further. It's just ridiculous. How's it going, everyone? Got my little globe in the corner there to inspire me. You know what that globe does? That globe, I look at that globe every day and I mark with a little tape everywhere that there's explosions and earthquakes, and it's all in the Southern Pacific, all in the southern hemisphere of the earth, Tonga, all those regions. They're about to experience a lot of bad stuff. That's what's going to happen with them because of the sun leading up to 2025. They're not telling us exactly what's going to happen, but I've been seeing some scientists talking, and it doesn't look too good. It does not look too good. Let's see who we got here. Elias Valhatla is in the house. Mr. Peter Benton, thank you very much, sir, for coming by. I appreciate that. Elias, come back going, put my thumbs up with crazy music. Well, listen, I hope so. Usually that's done when you start off. You're usually the first to do that, sir. We have Bobana here. Thank you very much. How's it going? Bruce sees all. Hey, Bruce sees all. Wow. What an honor. Bruce sees all on my stream. Bobana, nice to see you. I hope everything's okay with y'all out there in this crazy world that we're living in. You must be watching the news like me, seeing a whole lot of eccentric, very, very strange things occurring. Some strange laws are also being applied, are being signed and founded and everything. It's very, very odd. Good is winning over evil, though. the States are, you guys, before we get into the space news, are you following what's going on with Chicago? Really, really sad. Gotta drink some water. Gotta drink some water. Diet day 8, and I'm still smiling. Congratulations, please. That'll be something that the trolls will be very bothered about, because Bruce is not only going to talk about moons now, he's going to be talking about his fat ass. Because, excuse me, I started walking, started dieting and fasting and doing a whole bunch of things. But you guys know I had a bit of an eye problem, a hell of an eye problem. And when I say eye problem, it had nothing to do with vision, but very sensitive. And I shouldn't be talking about it. I'm sure my family members, if they're watching, going to say, just shut up. Don't even talk about it. But it just so happens that since I've never fasted, I've dieted but never fasted. It's been telling me that now my eye has been okay the whole week that I've been fasting. For some reason, haven't touched it. Okay, so it could be something that I was allergic to. And guess what? I'm afraid, and I could be wrong, but I'm afraid I'm allergic to wheat. And if I am, I'm Mr. Pasta. That's all I get in me. I'll eat meat with it, but it's like pasta, meat, right? I mean, that's it's not very, very healthy. And I quit it all. Just to give you an idea, it's no joke when I say I quit it all. I quit it all. There's none of you here right now that are eating better than me. Just to tell you that I went to the top. I learned, I mean, I don't know much about diets. I lost 100 pounds way back 28 years ago, and maybe 95 pounds. And now I might not have 100 to lose, but I do want to lose some because I regained. And when you were big enough, I was big enough. I was way up to 285 when I first tried losing weight. And now, well, I bought a scale. And in many, many weeks from now, I will show you how much I weigh on the scale. Any guesses? No, I'm kidding. I don't want to get into that. I don't mind. I've never been offended by my weight because, listen, I don't feel good right now being heavy, so I'm going to get thin. I started walking every day. I'm between the 30-minute, 45-minute mark, speed walking, walking fast enough, getting the arms going. So that's going to be a good thing, but I have to do it every day. And I'm getting up an extra hour earlier so it doesn't take time out of my day and that I can just do the walk. And maybe in a couple of weeks, not maybe, because I'm not stopping. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, I will be a lot thinner. But it's continuing. The fasting's awesome, though. I don't know if any of you have fasted before. I was very sore. I'm not going to hide it for the first 3 days. I was extremely sore, my stomach and everything for the first 3 days. But then after that, hey, Suzanne, I was very sore. But then, 4th, 5th day, I was able to go the whole day fasting. So believe it or not, to give you an idea of how quick the weight loss will be, well, it's going to be very quick. I'm down about 20 pounds right now. And since it's not showing too much, could give you an idea of how heavy I am. And we all have a certain weight, right, that we don't feel good, that we want to start losing a bit of weight. But honestly, if any of you have the balls or the willpower that I have to diet, I love competing. If anyone's here right now that wants to compete, wants to put money on the table, $1,000, I mean, I'm there because I'm going to get down to the weight I want to be, which is between 215 and 230, approximately that way. Because if under 225, I look anorexic. I got bones. You can see the bones start coming out here in front there. I look like I'm dying basically because I'm big boned. So I was thinking I'd have to get down to 190, but no, if I'm 190, I'm going to be this big. I was born at 140. So no way in hell am I going to go back down to 190. In grade 6. I mean, grade 6 wasn't many people. There was one guy bigger than me. He was my friend Francis. But aside from that, I was way up in the hundreds, probably 170, 180 pounds. Or maybe I'm mistaken, but seems to me around that. Got to high school, boom, 200 pounds immediately. Not many people picking on me in grade 7. I'll tell you when I started. And again, hey, I'm just so proud to be doing the dieting and fasting and everything. That's why I wanted to share it with you. And I'm sure my friends will be proud of me. Elias lost himself 100 pounds too. This guy was over 300 pounds. He'd lost all the weight. But he said it himself, starting, push-ups on the walls and stuff. When you're 300 pounds or over 200 is fine. When I was I almost told my weight there. When I was up there, like even around 240, 250, I'm comfortable, and people wouldn't even think I was overweight. They'd think you would think I was 220 pounds at 250. But if you start noticing Bruce looks like he's gaining weight, because Bruce is really up there, because Bruce hides his weight really good. I don't have a big huge arse. I don't have a big balloon waist. Me, it's all it's all big, all one big piece. Hans, how's it going? Greetings from Denmark. Thank you very much for coming in, you guys. Karen 18, Christopher Rollins is here. How's it going, brother? Stephen A, if you got a notification, because it must be the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Do you feel fine knowing about what's going on around you? I was talking with a friend the other day. I said, everyone's crazy, right? Except for us here, of course. But lots of people around us are crazy, eh? A whole bunch of things, the Canadian me, eh? There's a whole bunch of things going on in the world. Wars, nuclear bombs being brought around Russia and whatnot. Anyway, everything that's going around. The leaks that are going out. You wake up every morning, there's a bloody shooting, a school thing this, a school thing that, which is absolutely disgusting. And in Chicago, police officers running away from white people trying to flag them for help. And so basically the police in Chicago, now their new job is to escort white people to their cars for some reason. Why did all of a sudden a whole bunch of people, racist people gathering in Chicago, all of a sudden just start beating the shit out of everyone? That's, this is what's going on in Chicago. And it's too bad. Chicago, believe it or not, I'm not from there and I'm Canadian, but I learned a lot, especially on the music side of Chicago and much more. It has a hell of a history, Chicago. A lot of people anyone turn around and say, oh, it's a shit. It's not a shithole. But what's happening right now, it's the people that are doing bad in Chicago. That's how it is, eh? It's always a couple of bad apples that ruins the whole bushel. And throw out the whole bushel of apples because you got two rotten apples. I'm hoping they're going to be changing that. Some laws are changing. Now they were asking, and they did it in a very smart way. They said it has nothing to do with trans people. It's just a law saying that if you're born a male, you cannot take part, and this is the law they want to pass, if not already passed. If you're born a male, you cannot play in female activity sports like Olympics to win medals. For me, I think that's a +1 for women. Yay, women. Like, hats off for the women who can have their own competitions to compete. It's ridiculous if you can't compete it. And the same thing vice versa. A woman can't go and compete into a male's sports. I think that would be fair, because I used to like seeing that there was two competitions. You had the women competing in basketball, you had the men competing in basketball. You got women soccer, women hockey. I mean, I'm missing something. They do everything that guys do, right? So Suburban SF, how's it going? Divine Sorcerer. I'm scrolling down because somebody gave me a generous contribution and I want to thank them. And it disappeared. It was Johnny 5, I think. Thank you. Hey, man, thank you very much. I appreciate that. How many are we here? 87? Oh, it's always the same number, eh? How's it going? A.W. Neville's. We have one new person here again coming back. Neville's the same old, man. You know how it's been here? Remember the attacks years ago? Well, there were, basically the same stuff. Margaret says, my butt, if it gets bigger, will beep when it reverses. Yeah, mine not just beeps. I have 2 lights that light up when I back up. So I'm like, holy shit. It's like I got a trailer. No, but, sort of. Anika Child of Thaw, thank you very much for being here. Scrolling back up to try to get everybody. Me, I got chills, and so does Stephen A. I know it. When the Pentagon says something, when the Pentagon goes and says something, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Hey, Anika, how are you doing? What a beautiful image. Nice to see you. Everyone should have their images up. Even the trolls. It'd be fun to see how the trolls have their real names. That's what YouTube should have done, though. Like, no matter what channel you have, have the real name in the corner, like Bruce Swartz. So no matter what you want to do or attack someone, you have the legitimate name of the person. Nicole S. is here. Thank you very much. Michael A. Alaski, thank you. The hearings were, yes, they were, sir. You're right about that. I listened to quite a few hearings today. Listened to Ms. Brown refuse to answer. I don't know what it is with them, eh? They do not, it's the Democratic side. They do not want, when asked from Republicans or who was it? It was Cruz this afternoon, Ted Cruz, I think. It's Kennedy. When Kennedy, senator, asks, or Congress guy or senator, I don't know what he is, governor, when he talks, I really like his jokes. And he tries to get they try to get answers out of them, and they don't respond. Man, I was getting upset. I was getting mad. But then again, it's the same thing at the House of Commons, House of Idiots here. In Canada, the same thing. They, ask Trudeau a question, and Trudeau replies, stands up, unbuttons his little button, and he goes, "Mr. Speaker, all Canadians know." And in the background, you see people. They're going like that. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing ever happens. Why, though, Michael? I don't understand that. Especially in the States. I have to say, especially in the States, because it's gut-wrenching. I bet, like, you could watch popcorn when politics becomes like a suspense movie. It's because there's a lot of crap going on. So, Miss Brown and stuff, they're asking them about laws. They're way back. She's been spoken to several times. And don't forget, we're not going to hide it. Certain people were brought up into the Supreme Court because of their race and color, and not because of their competence, because they want to diversify. There's these diversity campaigns that all the woke associations are pushing on to employees and people. We saw the FBI do it to the agents. We saw CIA do it to the agents. And of course, the White House, Congress, whatnot. But that's how it is. But you ask them a question and they divert the question. It's a simple yes or no answer. How many times do you hear that when you listen to the Congress? It's a simple yes or no answer. Did you support gain of function? And we're not going to talk about that, Mr. Fauci. But he'll ask him, I don't know. Did you give permission to Alan Jard to do so many, to whatever? And she'll say something that has nothing to do with answering yes or no. With all due respect, Senator, my job consists of talking about these things, not those things. That's another one that they often take out or bring out, and it's insulting to Americans. I would assume. Celine loves light. Good evening to you. Merci. Have a good one, you too. Thank you very much. Hey, John Bond Zombie. I love that name. The military has a TR-3B. This is what I want to talk about. Thanks for bringing that up, man. A couple of years ago, when I started this research, a lot of you guys and gals came here and told me just that. Say, Bruce, there's lots of files that they talk about it, even proof where supposedly they have TR-3Bs, and maybe even one. You say one, but they could possibly even maybe have more than one. That first image of the TR-3B that we all saw from Italy, if I'm not mistaken, it was leaked, but they held it back for 10, 15, maybe even almost 20 years before showing it to us for the first time. And you can see, again, that TR-3B shape. But I believe that the military does have a TR-3B. I would believe that there's many parts of the military that don't know it. And there's obviously only a handful of people that are working on the project and the ones in charge of it. But then again, I don't know. With the leak of the American leak that recently came out, they said that when a secret happens, when a secretive event, right, that they have to hide, the FBI gets involved and stuff, there's a shitload. I would go as far as saying thousands of people that receive emails, okay, this highly classified, like for national security information on an email that goes out to thousands of people on computers. And everybody's seeing this, right? A lot of people have, like the guy that they just caught with a leak that was a guard, National Guard or something like that. He wasn't in any of those areas in his work, even though he was still in the military, but he had access to those files and had clearance, if I'm not mistaken, for something. And thought it was a cool thing to impress his friends, to bring out a few things, because that leak that just happened, it was leaked onto a Discord or something, a gaming channel, is what I heard. So I thought that was pretty unique. Apparently, there's a lot of stuff inside of information about Canada in that. There's lots going on right now here in Canada. Everything that happened in Canada in the past 3 years has happened here. Even that Biden-Trump thing, well, it happened here with Trudeau and other people. And it's all coming out. It's all coming out in the open. Burn, how's it going, man? Jen's here. Good evening to you. Thank you very much. Mr. David Donlin. Hello, man. How's it going, brother? Bruce, love and light to you all. Hey, buenas noches desde España. Muchas gracias. Monica Salvador. Thank you very much, Monica. Thanks for being here. Hola, desde Canada, Montreal. Brr, cold. It's snowing here right now. Snow is falling from the sky. Wow, Anika, thank you so much. Hope your diet is going well. That C11 bill sounds awful. It is horrible. Thank you so much, Anika, child of Thoth. I appreciate that. Yeah, the diet is going great. I feel great. I had my first meal today since yesterday, 11 a.m. and it's 5:38 at 3:30. So I fasted 35 hours. That's the third time in a row that I fast 35 hours. After I fast 35 hours, I ate the equivalent of a piece of chicken, about like that, maximum. That's all I had. That's all I had. Just water. And after eating that, out for a walk tomorrow again, and then fasting for another day and a half. Tomorrow I will eat a small quantity of meat. Very, very small quantity of meat. I can do that. No problem. Even though I'm a big guy, because I'm not big because I'm into, no, not into fruits, and definitely not. I'm not into sweets. It's not because I'm eating a lot or I'm eating a lot of pizza. It's bad eating. So in other words, I was eating one meal a day to gain this weight. That's the worst of it. One meal a day, but pasta. Nice big heaping bowl of pasta. And then, God darn it. After the pasta, you get friggin' tired. So fasting like that, I'm not tired. I haven't had any eye problems either, which is alarming because it's been years, guys. I was 19 years old when I had those eye problems. But I've been eating pasta since I've been 19 years old. So it's like, that's probably literally what was going on. Thanks again so much, Anika. I appreciate that. Janine, comment ça va? Mr. David Donlin in the house. He's going to be coming on one day. Maybe Friday. Who knows? David Donlin. Talk about some stuff. Gotta drink my water. Well, day 8. I seem to be believing myself pretty much, convincing myself that I'm going to be able to make it. We'll see how day 9 and day 10 goes. There'll be many streams still before people start saying, my gosh, is that Bruce Wart's shrinking? Yeah, there might be a couple more streams. But for me, that's what encourages me. Getting on the balance on a scale and seeing that you're heavy, it's encouraging. You wake up the next day, maybe you lost 2-3 pounds. Go, hey, I lost 2-3 pounds. Hat Starting to float a little bit on the head. That's good. Not much, though. Not much. Not like it's too tight or anything. Steve Connolly, thanks for the comments too, man. How's it going? Hey, Bruce, may I suggest a short countdown before you begin? By the time I get the notification, yeah, I hear you, man. I'll take that into note, actually. Actually, even my own mother told me that. She goes, wait, when you start the stream, you're going to have to wait. There's a lot of people that aren't there. Like her herself wasn't there. Sometimes it takes a little while. I always miss the first major announcement. I appreciate that, Steve. And I promise you, I will do so. Why rush? I'm here for 2 hours, right? I get on in the first second. I said, oh, Gordon, Rupert Jr., thank you very much. Wash hands. Always wash hands. I wash them the end of the week. It's always raining here. Basically, when I go out, I wash my hands, you know. I'm just kidding. Carlos, Skywatchers in the house. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Please, guys. And not your screen. The like button. Please. Again, Suburban FF. I appreciate that. Miss Julie Stats is in the house. Please put your questions for Bruce in the stream during the first hour so he can get to some of them for sure. We are live. He wants to chat with everyone, and there's only one Moon Man. And don't you guys forget it. There's only one Moon Man. Thank you. Share kindness in the stream. Hit thumbs up and enjoy bacon. Thank you very much, Miss Julie Stats. I appreciate that. Julie has a store. She sells cards and cards and cards and more. She's going to be growing bigger and bigger. But if you're curious about it, go to her channel and check it out. Give her some love and say hello to her. Julie and my friend Gate Smasher, Oora. I hope you guys are doing well. If Gate Smasher is here, and I'm sure he's not far, unless he's with the Gators again. Rose, son, thank you very much for being here. Hi, Rose. And Rose Cullum, thank you. And thanks, Rose, for all the amazing comments, like as you all do. I appreciate that. Mama Bear. Hey, Mama Bear, thank you very much for the beautiful comments that you leave me on my videos. Guys, heads up. Thanks for coming back. Don't stop doing what you're doing. For the newcomers that come here, we are now under 50,000 views a month, which there is absolutely no reason for that to occur. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the videos a little more. 50,000 is because someone's yanking out some views here. So that's ridiculous. Trevor Williams in the house. Thank you very much. Sorry, it takes me hours to get to you all. Darlama, Divine Sorcerer, thank you very much. I'll do this good as I go down here. You'll see I'll catch up real fast. Karen 18. Bruce, yes. A Starship tries again on a 4 at 20. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Smoke them if you got them. Moon people. I mean, the moon, that's why there's so much bloody smoke up there. Stephen A., you're absolutely right about that. So the Starship on the 17th, April 17th, for those that didn't know, tried to do a test flight, a test launch. So it was scrubbed, and usually it's always scrubbed because of a problem with fuel hose or a problem with the seal around the door because, you know, they're going in the water, right? So they do that. They even do a water test. They do the a wetsuit launch, right? They do the wetsuit, embarkment, embarcación. And and for those that don't know it, Starship, it's a historical launch. So they say because it's what's the biggest ship ever built sent up into space, right? The Starship. Elon Musk a couple of years ago started talking about that. So April 17th, it was scrubbed. Tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly what time, but I will double check that for you all before ending the stream. What's the problem, Suzanne? Let me know. And yeah, they're launching tomorrow. There's also an eclipse tomorrow, but only the land down under is going to see it. Australia, the bottom of the planet, or the top or bottom. And unless you are from Papua New Guinea, you will not be seeing, unfortunately, that solar eclipse, which they're saying is a hybrid solar eclipse. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what kind of eclipse it is. We hear about partial eclipse, we hear about solar eclipses, and there's the lunar eclipse, and that's what we're going to be talking about, the hybrid eclipse, which, by the way, is going to happen next here in Montreal. For those of you from Quebec or Montreal, anywhere in Quebec, it will be in 2024. You're not going to see an eclipse before 2024. So Australia, if your camera's working, get outside to try to see a ring of fire eclipse, which is going to be basically lined up perfectly with the moon and the sun and everything and Earth, and you're going to just see this ring of fire with a black hole. It looks like a black hole. It'll be some nice viewing for sure. But unfortunately, in the States and all that, and us here, and maybe England and all that, you'd have to check yourself. But I don't think we're going to be able to see it. Thanks again, Anika Thoth, and everyone for the generous contributions. Johnny Five, thanks you guys. Hi there, Julie Parker. How's it going, Julie? Thanks for being here. Again, Mama Bear. Wally in the house, Wally Gerber. Those laser beams from satellites are mostly from communication, faster and much more data. That is what they say. They say that between satellites, and it's not a secret, between satellites, whether we would see them or not, though, very interesting, they shoot data towards each other. And why? Because before it comes back to Earth, all the data, they transfer it, it shoots back to Earth, and they shoot it back, they ping it back, and then it goes back as digital data. But the first capture of all that data is sent out to another satellite. Some of them that are close by each other, can send each other messages and whatnot. But can we see them? I don't know. Don't forget, we heard of the satellite, that the large observatory in Hawaii. Remember when it went over Hawaii? There was a satellite that the lasers were pointing downwards, and people could see the lasers pointing downwards, like right to the ground. They said that they were monitoring, topography, geography, like the one that they just said that I showed on the last video. It's ICE's ICE Sat 2. So it's ICESat 2, which is an American satellite that supposedly is documenting and following the ice sheet going, around the world or around North America. So they are documenting that. So there's lasers that were being shot out by that. It's still not confirmed that it was them doing so, but where I was looking at that information, they were thinking maybe possibly it could be that. So this is big news, that Starship, Stephen A. The Starship, if it goes up. Jay Ducky, how's it going? I fast very regularly. I never get sick. Jay Ducky, listen, I appreciate you letting me know that. Absolutely. I learned a lot in the past few years because I have family members, big dieters. I wasn't, but even about fasting. But no, it's good. And I'm not going to hide. I just looked into that 3 days ago. Just learned about intermittent fasting and fasting. And I learned about the warrior diet and learned about the 16-3, the 5-8s, and all the ways that keto diets and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. And I could have just started by eating small portions. It would have been a lot easier than fasting. But honestly, the fasting feels good. And I'm not sick. I don't feel sick at all. Actually, I feel very awake. I feel very awake. And a lot more awake than if I had eaten pasta and whatnot. Even though it's been a long time, I haven't been eating sweets and stuff. It's not everybody that gains weight just because they eat. I know most people probably think so, but it's not the case. Really not the case. Lots of things to take into consideration. As a matter of fact, I could have, a gallbladder problem and I wouldn't know it. I'd find out people have problems losing weight, but it feels good as hell fasting. And guess what? I don't know anything about it, right? The first 2 days, even today, actually, that's just day 8. Okay. go for a leak. It almost hurt me, and it was dark colored, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Dehydrated. Gotta drink more water. I said, what do you mean drink more water? I'm drinking water because I was eating a lot more than just fasting, right? Eating big quantities now because my quantities got a little bigger. And any big guy can admit that. If he says no, he's a liar. Because if you gain weight, it's because you're taking an extra bite, having an extra portion, an extra dessert and stuff. There's a whole bunch of reasons for people to get sick. I should have made this about nutrition, actually. I'm a little too big for people to be convinced. Put me on the icon. Bruce talks about nutrition. Really? Maybe I'll skip this one. Maybe I'll skip this one. I thought you said weed. We're not going to quit everything. That opens up the appetite, the weed, though, But hey, guys, listen, you'll be proud of me too. I also, I'm not going to quit drinking alcohol on the weekends once in a while because I'm not really, not much of a big beer drinker. I'll put a little bit of brandy in coffee. But I'm not even touching any alcohol for the next few weeks at all. Zero. Because if I do that right at the beginning, stop everything that's pleasurable in food, okay? And I'm doing enough studying to find out, well, with the help of my, honestly, like I said, my brother, my mother, and there's a whole bunch of people in my family that have always dieted to try to get healthier and stuff. And I knew nothing about the nutrients and whether the butter was good or not. Had my first bullet coffee the other day because of a family member, which was awesome. Putting pure butter in a coffee. Grab a spoonful in the morning if you're going for a walk. Tuck that in your mouth. It's butter. It's not trans fats. Trans fats are no good. Sorry. The regular fats that are in the butter are fats that your body's going to break down. So say coffee's good too. If you don't put sugar, if you don't put a creamer, if you don't put all the other stuff that you put in your honey, caramel, and coffee's okay. It helps tie you over, so they say. But I've been managing with the water and coffee during the day and not missing at all, not wanting to eat. I'm still looking at it, looking at the brand new bag of chips that I bought a week and a half ago, and it's still there. And that never happens. Imagine a bag of chip going bad. Never happened to me before. But you're right about that, Jay Ducky. It's good. I suggest any of you guys or gals that are overweight. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm a big guy. This week, guys, I lost between 13 and 18 pounds, okay, in 1 week, okay, for sure. And I feel it everywhere from where I wrap my arm and my fingers can touch now. When I started the diet 8 days ago, do you know my fingers were there? And now I can touch them. So if you're thinner than me, like most of you are, okay, some of you may be bigger, but if some of you are thinner than me and you maybe only have 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 pounds to lose, if you fast for a week, you're going to cry for maybe 2 or 3 days. But then after that, the other 3 days, you guys, maybe if you're thinner than me, maybe you'll lose 3 to 5 pounds in 1 week. In 1 week, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. The bigger you are, the more you lose, and you got the water weight that you lose. Okay, stop. This is getting boring. Bruce is talking. Anyways, that'll be the day. Oh, my brother would be so proud of me. I have to run and do some errands, but I'll try to keep watching. And absolutely, David. And David, coming Friday, if ever you want to join in with us to talk about something. I still didn't check on Patreon. Maybe it was a private meeting some of you prefer. But from Anika to David to anyone, there's a way for us to talk online too. Like even Anika, there's something you wanted we had to talk about in private because it's a bit personal. Here I can send a link, and we could do like a live stream. It's like right here, or like a sort of Zoom call sort of thing. So I didn't do enough of that. I should, but just to let you all know if I forget you. I'm sorry to not say hi to each and every one of you today. I'm having a rough day. No, I love you. I hope so. I hope so. I'll try to chat if I can. Hello. Hey, absolutely. I'll try to send some cheering up energy, Julie, your way. Be strong, and I hope you have yet a beautiful rest of the day. You'll see something in nature you'll see today that will blow your mind. It'll make you forget the shithead part of our lives. Many shitheads around us. Notice a cute quirk, Bruce. You say ideal instead of idea. Really? It must have been a mistake because I usually don't say that. I always say idea. It's funny I said ideal. A lot of people don't know the difference between the ideal and idea. That's funny you said that. I had a good ideal. I do say that. Maybe I do say that. But in reality, ideal, it's not ideal to say it. It's better to say idea. That's more ideal. There's another thing that happens to me, Jen, is when I'm talking fast and I'm making the videos, maybe some of you picked up on that. I'll say supposedly. Supposedly. A lot of Canadians, you'll hear them say that. Well, supposedly, supposed instead of supposedly. Supposedly. See you later, David Donlan. Rusted Trust is here. Have to be careful with that. I eat, Bruce. It took years to learn my body. Oh, yeah, and still learning. And nearly 50. I hear you. Hey, Julie, almost the same age as me, or maybe a bit younger, but whatever. I'm 48, and it's now or never. I'm not going to lose when I get up over 50, so now's the time to do it. I'm not going to stop till I get down. I'll be losing probably about 50 or 60 pounds is what I want to lose. And I get down to my weight, and I will by this summer. Oh my gosh, I'll be well. By this summer, at the end of this summer, I should be 20, 30 pounds from my goal of 220 pounds. I think of like 2023. If I could weigh 223 pounds. Some people are watching here and saying, holy shit, he wants to lose to get to 220? He doesn't want to gain to get there? How big are you, Bruce? How much would you guys say I weigh? No offense, guys. You can shoot 300, 400. I don't mind what people say. I'm not that heavy. That's right. There's no need to apologize. Stats, you're always here, full and bright. Do like me, pretend you're smiling sometimes, Julie. Eh? You guys do that sometimes? Pretend you're smiling. Wow. See, that's what I did exactly today. 36 hours. And I ate a little bit. And honestly, man, I felt bad. I even went and got an exercise bike. I bothered a family member. Hey, you know that old bike you got in the basement collecting dust? And can I use it? I sat on the bench and it fell down. I'm not kidding. Why do I have to say that? I don't know. It's like my little guide saying, tell them to laugh. Come on, Bruce. Give them a funny fat joke. I start looking at the lock on the bench and I go, it's an old bike. Is it going to hold me? Is there a maximum weight for I can confirm to you that there's a maximum weight for an exercise bike. So I'm going to lose 20 more pounds and then I'm going to try to sit back my ass on the bench. My ass fits on the bench, but the lock that's holding the bench up did not resist my ass. When I sat down, it screamed the whole way down. So I'll have to wait for that. Maybe I'll bike standing up in the house. Rob Litz, how's it going? Make sure your mind and body are healthy. Good luck on your venture. Guys, I'm sorry I brought it up, but I thank you so much for encouraging me on it. To be honest with you, I'm euphoric about it because I'm really going to hold my end. And it would be ridiculous sitting down saying, oh, I wish I was skinnier. Wouldn't it be so stupid when you can do it? But a lot of people have willpower is not something everybody has, and sometimes some mornings, even me, who always has willpower, always. Sometimes, if willpower is low, but it's feeling great out walking. Now, listen, this is only my third time walking, Jay Ducky, in that area in the park. And I got now for the first time this morning, I got one that honked, went beep, gave me a little encouragement, like when I was walking, because they're going by the highway. I'm in a park by the highway, and the people really early, like, that's the secret. Fatsos go out and jog and walk in the morning early to hide from people. So I go early, 6 a.m. and maybe between 6 and 7 to do a walk, and one of the cars started honking. The last time, 28 years ago, when I lost 100 pounds, I was walking through town and people started honking at me a lot, like, because they were always seeing me. And it's funny because I used to do that when I used to see the people. There was 3 in my town ever since I was like 6 years old, all the way to, I think, whenever I moved away, 2016, 20, whatever. In Valleyfield, there was always people walking, all their lives, every day, every night. Regattas were there. They were walking, always walking, but they're healthy people. And you said it, Jay Ducky, you don't get sick, right? Cancer, sugar feeds cancer, right? If I'm not mistaken. And when you're not eating sugar, when you're fasting, and I heard, again, family members telling me when you're fasting and you do have the sore stomach and it starts really getting sore, it's because it's a cancer. It's everything that's bad, toxins that are being eaten up. So I'm really ecstatic about that. I want to keep doing it, but you guys got to keep pushing me. You're honestly going to have to ask me all the time. You know why I told you guys? Do you know why I even mentioned that I was on a diet? Which most of you are going to say it's stupid. Just diet and don't mention it. Everyone's going to hold you to it. That's what I want. I want everyone to hold me to it. I'm burping water here. Sorry. I want everyone to hold me to it so I can continue losing weight. So no danger of me evaporating. I'm good for a long time. Astral realm. These solar flares, I believe, are causing me to fast. Well, listen, one thing is for sure. Solar flares really, really affect the human body in many ways. It affects people that have allergies, breathing problems are accentuated because of the solar flares when the sun is really active, apparently. So they say so. Fasting makes you feel amazing too. Just have to push through the other work cravings. Absolutely. Hey, listen, Jason, John Swartz, if you're listening, I sort of understand his videos. Somebody, you make videos about dieting. Yeah. I hope Jason, no fatties are going to go see videos, but now I'm inspired to do the fasting, right? So you get a little bit of an interest in how to do it and what to do. And it's not hard. You don't eat. Isn't it incredible? I mean, Jay Ducky, honestly, if I tell you that this week of groceries cost me under $10, I'm not kidding. I ate a piece of meat and a piece of chicken. That's all it cost me for 8 days. For 8 days. Imagine. I didn't pay $100. I paid under $10 for eating nothing because I'm eating air. And the more you do it, boy, I tell you, it feels good. Out gluten-free for 10 years now. So, holy crap, there's a lot of you that are actually, well, there you go, Nicole S. I don't know if I'm allergic to it or not, but I'm afraid I might possibly be allergic to it. You want to laugh? You know what I bought before the diet? I bought flour, magic baking powder to make bread. I think I would have died probably making my own bread. And honestly, never in my life have I ever tried to diet by not eating pasta and bread. Not even a day. Never tried that. Now here I'm a week, 8 days into it, 9 days tomorrow, and I'm like, my eye is not bad to the point where the cheek is actually starting to go back in that was swollen. I was so swollen my cheek at one point, guys. There you could see it. This ear is more the other ear. I have a Colbert ear. Sorry, because of because of my swelling. If I would have continued eating the pasta, I'm sure by the end of the year I would have been like swollen out sideways ridiculously. Susan Ravella and Rocky are here. Thank you very much. Hey guys, how are you doing, Bruce? I'm by goodness, by Jesus, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I find I'm doing great. I'm hanging in there. Dieting, trying to make myself believe that I'm gonna feel a lot better, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to feel better. That was a good one. I'm sorry for bringing that up, you guys. Once every 7 years, not too bad. Katrina M, hello to you. Thank you very much for being here. Hey, I hear you, brother. I've been doing this a long time now. My gosh, a couple of years now, quite a few years now, since 2018, doing this full time. End of 2018, so that would mean 2019, 220, 5 years. 5 years been doing it, but I'm doing it at a minimal of a salary. Now with the fasting, all I need is $40 a month, $50 a month to come in, and then I'll go buy the food. Even preparing it ahead of time, so that then like tomorrow I'll grab a handful of meat, whatever. I did something that surprised me today. Today. Yeah, it's true. I did eat that today. I ate 10 or 12 almonds. No salt, of course. I think it was sea salt. Got up after eating the almonds, went outside, walked for 45 minutes. So now I'm afraid. I think next weekend, if ever I have a drink or something, I'll get up and I'll go have a walk of an hour or half an hour or 45 minutes. So that means no matter what I consume, if I'm walking after all the time, oh my gosh, I hope I don't become anorexic. No. Oh, jeez. I'd be so proud of myself. Bruce, just burn more calories than you eat. Exactly. It's a proven fact. I'm losing right now, man. I'm so happy. I'm losing fast because I'm a big guy, but I still am losing fast. I know I'll plateau at one point, but it doesn't matter. If you still can move, you're all right. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Lots going on, W. Nevels. Man, so much, so much going on in the world. The world is imploding around us. That's the worst of it. Merci de ci, adios. Thanks a lot, Wally. Julie, thank you so much. I'm honored. So proud of what you do feel. No, let me try that again. So proud of you, Bruce. You do what you feel you need to do. It's about life, happy. Right, exactly. Live longer. Live long and prosper. Well, the ideal is to be able to see your pecker when you go for a leak. If you're a guy, there's limits. No, I'm not there yet. Close. I was getting close. And anyways, the secret, like Elias, tu sais Elias, hein? Moi, quand j'ai maigri, là, ça a poussé en tabarouette comparé de quand j'étais plus pesant. That mama grows when you lose a lot of weight. So that's always a cool thing. You got the coming out party, call it, but not quite the same thing as coming out of the closet, but sort of. It's more like another closet. Hey, what you doing out? I went for a walk. Oh, this is so stupid. I'm so sorry. Just being an ass here. Rose, how big are the moon structures? The ones that I'm showing, some of them, okay, and I can give you a really good estimate, better than a guesstimate, because Bessel crater, 9 kilometers, 9 kilometers, I never get it right. I based the size of UFOs and buildings on that crater or certain craters to be able to distinguish, to get an idea of some of the sizes. I've seen craters, structures as big as 20, 30 kilometers, if considering the lines or tunnels that look like they're going from them. Some of the structures are uh, probably about 20, 30 kilometers long. And think of it here. I mean, a Walmart and stuff, I mean, it's not 20 kilometers long, right? What type of warehouse would be that long? Or, and I say warehouse, storage unit. What would they be storing there? Do they have all line cities? See, that's the thing here. We have a lot of different structures, businesses, buildings, and you could look at Earth and you'd see a whole bunch of little pod like areas, garages, tiny pools, right? But up there, they got these giant structures which could be filled with people. If you look at the size of the structures, they're very impressive. But they're all, and listen, Rose, the ones we see are big, but you know what I believe? And I've actually proved some of this for some of you that have been here for a while. Do you remember when I went from the 6.inch scope to the 5-inch scope to it was 4 3/4 actually to the 14-inch scope? I started seeing smaller structures around the bigger ones. That gets exciting. So, in other words, if there's human beings or aliens walking, for example, let's talk theory. Okay, if they're walking around on the surface of the moon, we'd never see them, right? When you go up on a plane, you're only 2 or 3 thousand up in the air. You're not going to see anybody anymore. So you could imagine trying to see from here, just under 300 miles away. If there was someone on the moon, we'd never be able to see the people. Wouldn't be able to see a flag. Wouldn't be able to see a house-sized object, probably. Probably the biggest object we could see, even the cars and rovers that people ask me to go see. If ever I see something, it would be a refraction speckle. Maybe. But I don't think I would. There's lots of smokes and hazes around the moon, too, to be able to see that. But I'll tell you what, somebody showed the Starship, SpaceX Starship from space, okay? And it's friggin' huge. You could see it all close up. So them many kilometers or miles away, they're able easily to be able to detect the surface and show it. So, Cynical Entity, thank you very much. I appreciate that, bro. Bruce, what's going on with Pentagon? What are they saying? Listen, it's serious stuff, man. The Pentagon, Peter, they're saying that they do not have anything UFO related. And as a matter of fact, while I'm talking to you right now, I'm going to open that up right now and I'm going to go read it to you because this is information that is just coming out. Again, the Pentagon, right? And I'll tell you exactly. Here we go. There it is right there. So I don't know if you're familiar, Peter. They're supposed to open another office. They opened Aero, AARO, the Advanced Aeronautics something. It's all just related to UAPs, UFOs. So it says here, and this was out 4 or 5 hours ago. Pentagon has no credible evidence of aliens or UFOs that defy physics, because not too long ago, Peter, a couple of weeks ago, they actually talked about this. What I'm saying here is that they had nothing on file that was any proof that it could be anything alien. So it's either that they're not talking about that because they're about to accuse China. It's not going to happen. They're going to accuse China. They're going to do something. They're in a war right now. We're not going to hide it. Ukraine and Russia are fighting, and now China looks like he's going to be taking the sides. France going to be taking their side too. There's alliances being formed. The countries are separating. For those that know, NATO is working hard at getting countries to join them, like Ukraine, Finland recently, and stuff like that. It's not a good thing because they own your balls after that. They own the country after that. But anyways, long story short, the Pentagon's new UFO office has no evidence of any extraterrestrial or extraordinary objects. Okay, the director of the Pentagon's new UFO office shot down. Okay, he shot down hopes. Geez, I was, I was thinking they shot down a UFO. Director of the Pentagon's new UFO office. So this is what pisses me off. All the truth is transferred over there, or is it at the Unidentified Aerial Task Force or the Unidentified Aerial? Um, there's another task force they opened. It's like a second branch or something that was leaked on the Black Vault. The Pentagon denied that they had any other association dealing with the UFOs. So the director of the Pentagon UFO office shot down hopes that the current buzz over unidentified anomalous phenomena. Another thing, they don't say UAP anymore. They do. They say UAP, but it doesn't mean for them anymore unidentified aerial phenomena, which that's what UAP means, unidentified aerial phenomena. Now they're calling it unidentified anomalous phenomena. I talked about anomalous phenomena way back because obviously the phenomena that's in the air that we can't detect or characterize or put in the same boat as another type of capture, it winds up as data. We lose it and nobody gets to find out what the hell's going on because it winds up in this file called data. They're talking about Arrow right here, actually. Hang on. So UFO shot down all hopes that the current buzz over unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP, supports claims of extraterrestrial visitation. So don't get your hopes down. Those of you that believe aliens are on Earth, this has nothing to do with it, actually. They're talking about visitations from outside of Earth. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, right? Sean M. Kirkpatrick, chosen as the first director of the Pentagon's new All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ADARO. Okay, All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, ARROW, testified before members of the United States Senate Committee, and this is hours ago, on armed services on Wednesday, April 19th, today. The hearing had two portions, one closed to the public and one open. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about what they're talking about when they say that, there were UFO reports, right? After Roswell, we've had two or three now. There's always one for the public, but there's one that they have in private. So when you're looking at the public one and they ask you a question and you're waiting for the answer and you say, my God, we're going to find something out that's really, really cool. They don't tell you that answer. They'll say it'll be redacted and we'll talk about it in the private session. So during the open portion, Kirkpatrick definitively, stated that out of hundreds of unidentified aerial phenomena, but now unidentified anomalous phenomena cases, his office has reviewed. He has an office now. This is a guy, by the way. I don't know this guy, right? Is he even American? All these people that they choose to do these, be in charge of these, associations or frontal organizations. I don't know what to call them. I'm sure some of them are. Out of the hundreds of UAP cases his office has reviewed, Arrow has found no credible evidence thus far of extraterrestrial activity, off-world technology, or any object that defies the known laws of physics. So that, quite simply, what it means is that they're saying that they have no evidence and they've literally never seen a UFO changing directions in the sky, thus breaking the laws of physics. You guys know it. The before last video, the video STS-48 mission, where the jellyfish-like creatures are, okay? A bit before that, you see them changing trajectories, and you see one, high speed and just turning around, and you can't do that at high speeds with craft because you'd kill yourself. You'd become like a McDonald packet of ketchup, all squished on one side, But that's what they're saying. During the open portion, Kirkpatrick definitively stated out of the hundreds UAP. Okay, so no credible evidence. They say no world, out of world technology or nothing known that are defying any laws of physics. The Arrow director acknowledged that this conclusion might be unsatisfying. Good to those who believe. Oh, to those who believe they have witnessed in incontrovertible evidence. Incontrovertible evidence. Speak English, guys. Nobody really is woken up enough. Using these big friggin' words that make me laugh. Okay, evidence of physics-defying craft or objects. They're denying it. They're a bunch of liars. Still, Kirkpatrick stressed, UAP cases most often resolve into readily explainable sources when there is a wealth of scientific data at hand. They're full of shit, and they're doing secret projects. They're doing nefarious things with the tax-paying dollars of us in many of the countries here in this world, and they're not telling us what they're doing. But the worst of it, we're funding all this shit, and we're funding artificial intelligent programmings that are going to control, monitor, and change us. And we're going to be paying for all of that. I want to underscore today that, not me, but I'm reading, that only a very small percentage of UAP reports display signatures. That's something interesting when you get into researching and ufology. UFOs have many signatures, traits, characteristics that confirm that these objects are defying laws of physics. And this was already concluded by these people that are actually denying it themselves. So they're sort of denying themselves what they've already said. So displays signatures that could reasonably be described as anomalous. Kirkpatrick stated, so for those that don't know, I had the chance, presentation by the Pentagon, UFO, national UFO meeting every year. And once I was able to get a 6-minute video explaining my research on the moon, and explaining that UFO that literally landed almost in the yard. Like it didn't touch the ground, but it was close to landing. It was like 10 feet from me. It was up at the first point, the same thing I've been saying for years, for the 2-3 years that I got it. It was 15 feet away, height of the house, came down to the height of the garage. And the garage, I could almost touch the top of the garage with my hand by jumping up. So it was just in front of me there when it came down. I had a chance of presenting that live to all the ufologists around the world, right? This is the Carter administration from the old President Carter that had started this symposium every year or so when it happens. So long story short, they said that they wanted to start viewing, UFO sightings by the public. And if they did, well, they would start gathering up certain people's footage and data, and they would present it, for people to talk about it. But where it was presented for me, the whole world of ufology saw it, but I didn't get any feedback from anyone, from any ufologist. It's sort of like we live in a matrix, and I found out that there's certain areas of the world that people think that are real, and they're not real. They're, it's really matrixy, honestly. Men in Black and all that. That's all bullshit, guys. They're doing whatever they want. They're not telling us exactly what they're doing. They're doing a whole bunch of things that we don't know about. It's getting ridiculous. The Arrow director added that if anyone has any evidence of, okay, hold on here. Hello. Kirkpatrick has stated in Wednesday's hearing, which again is today, the majority of unidentified objects reported to Arrow demonstrate mundane characteristics of, oh my God. What am I going to say? What word am I going to say? They demonstrate mundane characteristics of balloons. That's what they're saying, balloons. Uncrewed balloons. Aerial systems. Clutter. Listen, debris doesn't go like this, guys. Right? I mean, you got to be stupid. You don't have to be a ufologist to understand, to watch a video and to come up with a confirmation, a positive confirmation that that is definitely a UFO, right? Balloons, aerial systems, clutter, natural phenomena, or other readily explainable sources. The Arrow director added that if anyone has any evidence, I'm going to smack you. The Arrow director added if anyone has any evidence of otherworldly visitation or alternative theories, they should submit that evidence for peer review in scientific journals. So you see, there's a certain way for people, regular people like me, to be able to get the work presented into certain areas. You got to go through all what they want you to go through. That usually gets to me. But there's a process, right? I had started that process. Help. I'm not going to hide it from people. MUFON investigators. There's lots of MUFON investigators on YouTube. Lots of them. And there's some former directors that I had a chance to talk with. In the States, MUFON in the States, MUFON in Quebec, MUFON in France. Awesome, totally awesome. Having a chance to speak with those people, but it's all a hush hush situation. They're not bringing anything out. They want people to send in their findings, not because they're going to show it to other people, because they're going to block it. So when I sent my stuff in and I started showing my work to a real ufology association, I mean, this was presented by the Pentagon. I had the chance to have my work. People tell me, Bruce, how is it you're not showing that every video that the Pentagon literally presented your work? Because people are going to think it's a scam. People are going to think I'm pushing out, bull crap just to get people to. And by the way, I'm not trying to get people to do anything. I want you guys to look at the truth, to share the truth. That's all I'm asking people to do in reality. Hey, can you imagine that? If anyone has any evidence of otherworldly visitation or alternative theories, they should submit that evidence for peer review in scientific journals. Arrow is working very hard to do the same. Kirkpatrick stated, I will find a file. I mean, I could send some of this shit into them, and you know what's going to happen, guys. Someone's going to reach me. Someone's going to tell me that it's, national security reasons and to stop showing it. So sometimes I'm a bit afraid to approach them, though I have. That is how science works, they say, not by blog or social media. Okay, so you see, there's a lot of information in here. It's literally talking to me. That's like helping me, find out how to send in my information or explain why my information is being hidden. So send it into a review in for peer review. That means several people to review it in scientific journals. Science magazine here, Science magazine there. And what the Pentagon's going to do, they're going to choose one of those and bring it. Me, I was lucky to be able to get my work presented, but you know how I did it? Because Jan Vedne, right, with his Ufology Association, was able to push me. He, in collaboration with, okay, Jan works with them, okay? So that's why my work was able to be presented. When they presented the work, nobody said anything. I didn't get any comments from people that were there. No ufologists reached me whatsoever. As a matter of fact, a few of them were very upset with me, So it comes down to that. There's a lot of competition in ufology, sadly. And apparently a lot of ufologists I love and respect. And a lot of ufologists, it's a competition for them to be the ones that show something that someone else has not. Like everybody wants to be Leonardo da Vinci, everyone wants to be Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, even though he stole from Tesla, but anyway, and amongst other people. So that's for me, this is blowing me away hearing this, guys, right? This is pretty crazy. The Arrow director added that if anyone has any evidence of otherworldly visitation or alternative theories, they should submit that evidence for peer review in scientific journals. Arrow was working very hard to do the same, Kirkpatrick stated. That is how science works, not by blogging it or by posting it on social media. Interesting, though, eh? That they say that, because in reality, I'm probably one of the only ones that have posted on social media. You think? No. Jeremy Corbell with a supposed leaked video from the Navy. So during the opening portion of the hearing, Kirkpatrick shared a video that his office analyzed, reportedly showing what appears to be a spherical object that was filmed. Okay, hang on here. Did you all know August 2021? I think it's August 2021. When they showed my work, they took me off screen. It was a 6-minute video that I had to present to Jan Vednet, his ufology association. He has a competition every year for people that are UFO researchers or ufologists or astronomers that find some things, and they could send in things to them. But hang on here. The video also analyzed reportedly showing what appears to be a spherical object. 1 second, guys. Anyways, okay. That was concerning. Hold on here. I'll click this. During the opening portion, okay, they said analyzed, blah, 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 reporting showing what appears to be a spherical object that was filmed by an MQ-9 Reaper drone somewhere in the Middle East. In the video, the object appears to soar through the air with no apparent means of propulsion. Well, that's defying physics, right? And the Pentagon said that they don't have any evidence of anything that's defying the laws of physics. You know, it's complicated hearing them say that. While the footage certainly is captivating, Kirkpatrick stressed that there simply aren't enough data collected to make an accurate assessment of what the spherical object or phenomena in the video might be. This is essentially all of the data we have associated with this event from some years ago. Often it's from years ago. Like what I presented in 2021 was captured at the end of 2019. Kirkpatrick told the Senate committee, it is going to be virtually impossible to fully identify that based off of that video or videos like that. A report was published in January 2023 by the Pentagon's Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI, reached similar conclusions about other incidents out of the over 500 UFO UAP cases examined for that report. Many of them were found to lack enough detailed data to enable attribution of UAP with high certainty. Yes. You know why? Because people are so in love with the ideal of them having maybe found a UFO, right? I find it cool myself finding UFOs, but I never started this channel wanting to get UFOs. I was filming UFOs, so I said I had to start the channel, right? But some people send in bullshit planes. Some people send in lights that are flashing, lights that are stationary, that are helicopters. And listen, if ever I see a stationary light in the sky, you know I'm not impressed. I'm not going to film it unless it leaves or takes off, right? Like the one I filmed going down in the sky, I filmed 6 leaving the ground that got big and then fizzed out and stuff like that. That is not something that's defying laws of physics, but it's something unknown. It's an anomalous phenomena. But the problem is it all winds up as data. Most of it all winds up as data. Unfortunately, so out of the 500 UFO UAP cases examined for that report, many of them found to lack enough detailed data to enable attribution UAP with high certainty. In fact, 163 were attributed to balloons or balloon-like entities. Oh, maybe it's getting windy out. There's somebody walking around in the house, and since I know I'm alone, it must be the wind. Jeremy Corbell, Luis Elizondo, they freely pop up and talk about all of these things. You know, when Buzz Aldrin dies, they're probably going to tell us about the moon, guys. You know, they're going there in 24, 25. So 25 actually, but in 24 also they'll be doing some stuff and going up there. So in fact, 163 were balloon-like entities. But what they're not telling you about, guys, they could have 700 in a year. And out of 700 sightings, if there's 100 of them that are alien or that are unknown, they're just excluding it from us. And they're presenting us the shit. Why the hell are there 163 balloons in the sky? Let me tell you something. If nobody's filming them on YouTube, it's because there are no balloons in the sky. When the spy balloons started coming around and people started saying, there's always weather balloons up there. Have you ever filmed one? Have you ever seen one with your eyes? Honestly, 99% of you here have never seen a weather balloon. I saw one in St. Timothy when I was very, very young, landed right in our yard. A box with a number on it and a broken white balloon, sort of half balloon that had deflated. It was actually not broken. It was just deflated. It was a balloon that had deflated and come down with a big rectangular box, white, because it has to blend in with the sky. And it had a number on it, 1-800-CALL weather something. I remember that a long time ago. I'd have to ask my mom if she remembers that or what we even did with it. I would have loved to have kept it. Today would have been able to show it to you. But it's a lot of bullshit they talk about weather balloons, guys. Weather balloons don't move around in the sky, okay? They don't go up and down like that. They don't move fast and turn and go around and stuff like that. That's bullshit. Balloons. How embarrassing. We're in 2023 and they're still talking about the friggin' balloons. It makes me laugh. Balloon entities. A conclusion, they say, that took on increased significance after the wild saga of the Chinese spy balloon that was shot down by a U.S. military F-32 fighter. It was a Raptor, actually, but then it was several balloons fought down. Jet after flying across the country and collecting intelligence along the way. They went over many bases, and some of the bases were very secretive. Following that incident, the New York Times reported that previous Chinese spy balloons over the U.S. have been misclassified as UFOs. The term UAP previously, you see, they're going to say exactly what I said at the beginning. The term UAP previously stood for unidentified aerial objects that was recently changed to unidentified anomalous phenomena. And I'm very happy to let you know that because a lot of people have no clue. What does UAP stand for? Unidentified aerial phenomena. It still does stand for that, but now it stands for unidentified aerial anomalous phenomena. So supposedly, in order to encompass objects or phenomena that appear in space, in water, or even travel between domains. So they are seeing UFOs in water. They admitted seeing UFOs and phenomena that are in water. So you got to wonder what the hell they are when they're inside water, right? Oh, that was really interesting here. Let me put that down a second here and say hello. You say goodbye, and I say hello. Hello. Nato McNato, thanks for being here, my friend. Thanks for the comments. Thanks again, Johnny5. And now I'm scrolling down. Whoop, did I see someone from China here? Am I missing that? His Highness is here. We got the Wumbo Craft channels here. Bruce, how's it going? Need to go. Leafs go from you. Hey, we really need it. Go, Leafs, go. Maple Leafs, Toronto, best damn team in the entire world. Go, Maple Leafs. Hate fucking hockey. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, the Leafs are going to win, guys. You shouldn't have asked me because now I'm warning you, the Leafs are going to overthrow them. They're going to have like this 2 in a row scores from the same player in your game. Let me know if it happens. The guy's like, the game's over, Bruce. We lost. No, I'm kidding. You're going to win. His Highness is here. Ladies and gentlemen from Ottawa, thank you very much. Karen Fitzpatrick, nice to see you. Hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate that. How's it going, Rory? There's a gray alien behind you. Where? Get your gun and shoot over your right shoulder. Oh, wait, it stopped moving. Wait. Now. He freaks me out. It took me oh, I can't really see it, can we? It took me a couple of days to get used to it. It took me a little while to get used to it. Like the first day I had it here, I left it lying on the kitchen floor because I didn't want to put them up yet. And when I went down in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, like I used to do before I was fasting, I don't do that anymore. Came downstairs and you see that on the floor. It freaks me out. It was in my room at the beginning, but it's not like an alien sex doll or anything. They don't have body parts. I mean, that'd be pretty satirical doing that. I thank you so much, Julie. Elon Musk rocks for the CBC 69% government-funded media. See, that's why I like Elon Musk for certain things. There's things that he was, people are talking about him coming to the right? Leaving the darkness, the dark force. Tucker Carlson was interviewing him, and he asked Elon Musk, finally at the end of the stream, I said, waited for people to listen up. Yeah, he asked Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, a couple days ago, Elon Musk, do you believe in aliens? You know what he answered? Didn't say, yes, I believe in aliens. He says, if there were aliens on Earth, I wouldn't. Actually, hold on. I got to say it like he says it. But do you believe in aliens? If aliens existed, did you see the one from Elon Musk? A couple of weeks ago, he went on stage to talk about his crypto thing, and he didn't stutter. He did not stutter once. He didn't stop talking, didn't make any mistakes on the words, and it was his face on stage. No smiling, no reactions, no movement. He literally looked like a bloody robot. But Elon Musk says, from Tucker Carlson's question, do you believe in aliens? He says, if aliens were on Earth, I would know because I'm into space stuff. That was his educated response. But what he's doing to CBC, Pat, you know, like me, man, he's pissing off Trudeau, the butthole, right? He should be out of politics. Worst, most dishonorable prime minister I've ever seen run for Canada. He's paying CBC, right? Like he's paying them, to shut their mouths and do only the media that he wants them to say. And CBC, you have not more corrupt than those pieces that are working there. Horrible. I'd be so embarrassed working for CBC because you're not a real journalist. Unfortunately, they used to have real journalists, like in the movies. Superman and Clark Kent used to be a real journalist. Actually, no, because it was a movie. But journalists with that ideal used to go out, get stories, come back. Can we run this story? Oh my God, where did you hear that? I heard that there. Hold on, I'll check onto it. All right, run it, first page. That used to be, imagine the job that you get, the satisfaction, valorization from your job, from bringing real credible information to other people. But now it's not like that. Now they lie on set, literally prompter on screen. Like, how do you feel when they ask the president how he feels about what happened in Ohio, or he never answered, but how he feels about what's happening in Afghanistan? And you see him stand up and he looks at the monitor in Afghanistan and he starts reading from the monitor. Isn't that, it's scripted. It's ridiculous that they do that. It looks so unprofessional that they do that. It actually looks like they know nothing. Like they know absolutely nothing. I am Kai's in the house. Thank you very much for coming in, man. Brandy Taylor's here. In Bruce we trust. Ah, you're a sweetheart. Thank you very much, Brandy Taylor. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Thank you very much, Pat, for being here, man. Thanks to all of you for the contributions, for being members. So Elon Musk, okay, Bob Lazar doesn't believe there's anyone on the moon, doesn't believe there's aliens there either. Elon Musk doesn't believe there's anything on the moon. Elon Musk doesn't believe that there's aliens on Earth. But he said on Earth. Actually, it's a weird question. If like Tucker Carlson, if I asked you guys, do you believe in aliens? Would you say, I'm sure I would see aliens here on Earth? Elon Musk put that in the context like, well, you must be assuming here on Earth, talking about aliens. No, he was talking Tucker Carlson. Um, is it Tucker Carlson? His friggin' name? You know what's happening? I'm mixing up the guy on Family Guy, the one on Family Guy that does the news. Is it Family Guy that does the news? I don't know what his name is. I thought he was also a Tucker. But he should have got a response saying, well, visiting aliens. You believe in aliens elsewhere, like the moon. He's going to the bloody moon and Mars. Like you have Andrew Basiago, who says, I went there with my father on a secret project, space project funded by the American government to go to Mars, which is a portal of literally from Earth to Mars inside an archaeological dig site on Mars where hybrid aliens are living based on Haim Eshed, the old former director in Israel that said, yeah, Americans have hybrid astronauts that are not humans working for them, and they're living not on Mars, but inside of Mars. So that information that came out, guys, is not just this came out from Pentagon and credit. No, sorry. This came out from some credible areas of some people that are always talking on the platform of government and ufology and CIA and everything. Why does that leak out? How dare Haim Eshed say that American hybrids live inside of Mars? The Americans were allies with him and with Israel. And now he's saying that the Americans employed friggin' aliens on Mars, inside of Mars. But why does that just float around? Why doesn't it go further than that? Why doesn't that come out in the news? Or why is there not a scandal with that? It makes absolutely no sense. Kimberly Rupp, hi everyone. How's it going? Thank you very much for coming in. I love you guys so much for coming by the channel every week. Little heads up, when the views start getting low, all you have to do is let your community know that the views are getting low. So that way more new people will come in and share the videos out. You guys don't change anything you're doing. You come here, you watch the videos, interact with me. I mean, we're a family here, but there should be some new people also coming in. Darla Lama, thanks again for being here. Margaret says, what did Senate hearings on UFO UAPs say? It is bull crap. There's nothing. Listen, often what happens, Margaret, is they say, thanks, Margaret, for being here. How's it going? And thanks for the contributions over the time now. Some of you have been here for a little while. It's really cool to see you all coming back. They're not saying much, Margaret. They tend to not want to tell us whether it's humans or aliens. They're not confirming or unconfirming that it could be Russia or China, the lights. They don't know if it's outside of Earth. They don't know if it's on Earth. And that's a little funny. And they were alarmed at one point. So why are they putting Luis Elizondo? Why are they putting Luis Elizondo on the stand? He's in court there. I mean, this guy doesn't want to lose his clearance, but somebody's trying to cause him problems to lose his clearance. There's a lot of shit going on. I'd wring all their necks. I wish I was face to face with each and every one of them. They say that people are going to flip out because if you go and on the news worldwide and tell people that there's people on the moon, they say that people are going to flip out. You know, they say that religious people are going to start committing suicide, jumping out of balconies. I don't believe it. Okay. What about the Depop and everything? Nobody's gives a shit about it. Nobody's worried about what's going on. And I would say there's a good many million of people now that know exactly what's going on. People are more familiar with the New World Order. You know, a lot of us now all know what the WEF is, the World Economic Forum, and we've learned about Klaus Schwab and all his goons that are up there on the forum with him. You know, some of you are maybe familiar with what he spoke about infiltrating the Canadian cabinet. I mean, today, 2 people were arrested in the United States of America, or was it yesterday, in Manhattan, NYC, New York, the Big Apple. 2 agents for the CCP, the corrupt Chinese government, right? That were in charge of it to round up Chinese Americans, of course, and to harass, to even listen in on Zoom calls, you know, to harass Americans. That was the goal, to harass the American people right on your own territory in NYC. 2 people arrested. There's some here in Canada. There's 100, actually, so they say, across the entire world. There must be probably a lot more than that. Censorship really does suck, Johnny Five. Thank you so much. I'm blown away by the quantity of people. Like, for example, we're at 102 watching now. We're locked at 100 people. When I started this, and I'm sure even some of you, I've streamed before with 700 people watching me, even 1,100 people. And it doesn't happen anymore. And it didn't happen for a long time, honestly. I believe that I'm being vetted by, you know, Pentagon and stuff. When I say being vetted, I'm talking about a few clips that I caught. It's not all my videos that are, oh my God, Bruce is a king, right? Lots of videos. I get a lot of cool stuff, sightings, captures. I look a lot in the sky, but it's not all affecting national security. There could be one video that I have that's affecting national security that they're going to want to try to take down. The ideal, from what I understood, is they do anybody knowing who is on the moon. They don't want anybody knowing what is going on up there, and they don't want us to get any views from up there. You know, like me, a lot of you, there were some images of NASA that were scrubbed from the NASA website. The STS-48 mission that I showed you guys, were you impressed by that? The jellyfish-like objects with the tail at the back, change of directions when there's an explosion on the surface of the moon. STS-48 was scrubbed from the NASA website. Those are lingering images that remained on YouTube because, of course, luckily some YouTubers were able to grasp onto that footage, knowing that it would be scrubbed from the NASA website. There's quite a few on the NASA website, images that were scrubbed, apparently. Kamala went to Africa with a bag with 60 million. Of course. We got a lot of money here. We're producing it to push gay marriages. That's right. You see how sick we are? She got laughed at and kicked out the door. Hey, imagine. Oh, you mean, okay. You mean she went there with free money to push onto the Africans to push gay marriages? You know what? They better watch it. America is going to, I mean, I'm in Canada. I'm ashamed of what Trudeau's doing. And I'm worried for America and Canada. The people in America and Canada are innocent, but the ones running the show in Canada and the US are bad people. Really friggin' bad people. They are all gone on there. Our Queen Maud, Darla, for those that don't know her, you can check out her channel too. Thank you very much, Julie. Gary, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. I got to go all the way down with the times. I know I'm way off the times. I can never, you know, you either do a show or you take the time to talk with some people. But I think, hey, how come? No, the image looks nice and clear now. Right on. I am Kai, back in 20. FBI, they're all over the place. See? How's it going? Federal Bureau of Investigation is right here watching me. Told you guys, waiting for you guys to show my videos. Matt, how's it going, brother? I did not see you. Thank you very much, Julie. There he is. He and her, or he or her. Sometimes the her is there. Punctured ball. Keep on showing the truth. Thank you very much. It is the only way I can see these things for myself. Means a lot, when you guys come here and let me know that. Well, Bruce is going to be due for, and so is my community, due for me to do the hard part of the work, is where I do the boring part, slow down footage, try to get into the areas. Like, for example, Atlas Crater. I got some nice shots of Atlas Crater and Endymion Crater, where Japan supposedly landed. There's lots of structures there, lots of anomalies that look constructed. Confirmed. 90-degree angles do not exist in nature. Big squares and everything, all the geometrical shapes that we're seeing, that doesn't exist in nature. Hey, Paki Samotaki, nice to see you. Hello, party people. DJ Bruce, brother. How's it going, my friend? Bruce, is any real major news during UFO Congress hearing? Not really, actually. Not really, but hold on. If it's the one that I saw, did I miss it or did I see the right one? I'm not sure myself here. I'm telling you, things are getting crazy. They don't want to talk about it. The last time, they don't want to talk about it. That's the problem. The last time they said, we are no longer going to disclose. That is the Navy. The Pentagon said it too. We are no longer going to disclose any UFO case files, thus putting in peril national security. Also, they don't want to talk. I think that's the problem. They just don't want to talk. Sucks. But they will. They're going to have to. Hey, Rose, I appreciate that for watching it twice. Wow. Hey, man, I'm right by there. Also, St. Marceau-le-Lac. I don't know if it's the same place. Yeah, near Oka. Boy, man, we had a lot of shit go on here in Oka with the Indians and stuff. It was nice. They blocked the bridge and everything. Hey, Angel Medina, thank you very much. Hey, saludos. Thank you. Sorry for missing some of you guys. Of course, I can't get everybody. I'm going to scroll down now. Got to hide, not look, and I'll just scroll down to the bottom. I can't do that because I'm going to miss some people. You guys will see when you live stream and you're scrolling down to the bottom to say hello, you're going to be missing hundreds of friends. Some people are going to be saying hi twice to you and say, hey, I love your channel. I came here to get a shout out, and you're not going to see it. So I'm trying to see everything, but I can't always see it. Dwayne Bush, huh? Safer choice, yes. Jules of Southern Oregon, thank you very much. Look forward to your show. I put coconut oil in my coffee. I did too. I have some, actually, I have no longer any coconut oil here. I love coconut oil. Very healthy too. Very healthy. You got to keep coming back, Jay Ducky, and pushing me to be sure that, that was a long time for the bench to go down. Got to keep coming back and pushing me. Doing weak right now. Puff, okay, Gates here, Law. You puffing with Gates? Not nice being sick. It's kicked the crap out of me. Sorry for hearing about that. Sorry for hearing that, Julie Parker. I suffer a lot, and I have eat. My body lets me unless I cheat. Exactly. You pay when you cheat. I pay for it, so it's not worth 2 years to know my body, your body, a temple. It is a temple. God gives it to you to take care of the soul that's inside of it. It's supposed to bring you back up or down to hell. So you got to be careful about with it. Yeah, that's a good one. Nato McNato says, do the complete opposite of the food Canadian food guidelines. Yeah, we're getting bad here, guys. It's bad here. Yep, microgreens. A lot of you know a lot about that stuff, eh? My friend Josh is there. What's up, brother? How are you today? I'm still at a long ass week, going on 88 hours after that. It's crazy stuff, man. Josh is the other person. David Donlin and Josh, they both took the time to email me and ask me if they could come on. And absolutely, I want to get you guys on too. One night, maybe on a Friday or something like that. Like I said, Josh, you're working one night, you're not here. There's nothing to stop you to come on another night, and you're always welcome, man. No planning, no planification. We won't need any. There's so much going on. Want to share some theories? You're more than welcome. Don't work too hard, my man. Literally. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing, it's a very, very touchy um, conversation to have, but there's a lot of stuff going on in this world that would absolutely strike in someone with complete fear, traumatic fear. And a lot of you know a lot of what's going on. I know a lot of what's going on. It's all real there. This is all happening. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? I gotta go see that. Hold on. I'm using my Italian accent. Would that be, by the way, the satellites that they just sent up on the heavy Falcon 9 that went hypersonic and then went actually, what's the stage right before you go hypersonic? Transonic. And then it disappeared. The image disappeared. They sent up some more satellites. Elon Musk, another 12,000 satellites he's sending up, waiting for permission to send up an added extra 35,000 more satellites up, and many, 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 many millions more. Elon Musk says that there's no aliens on Earth. And he also says that in the sky, satellites can interact together by the billions. Now, what he just sent up, it's satellites that are going to better the broadband. Remember, they had said that the last time? They sent up some satellites at one point so that people in Nunavut, Arctic regions and stuff could have better connections. Why? Why do they need to set up the internet in the Arctic? Well, right? They're going to have the 4G and 4K on the moon. Boy, I think I traumatized someone because I had said 4K instead of the 4G. Trolls don't like it when I make mistakes. So yeah, the this year, 2023, they will be installing 4G on the moon. Guys, how could they do that, right? They're going to have towers. We're going to see the towers, right? At one point, we're going to see some of the things that they're going to be doing there. There's a lot of launches. Even this year, there's some more stuff going on there. This summer, it should be crazy. China's launching like hotcakes, one after the other, one after the other. So if there's any satellites crashing towards Earth, it would be the satellites that just went up, the V satellites, which are supposed to better communications, quicker broadband. I don't know where they're headed for, but they're traveling. Last I saw it, they're traveling at 25,000 miles an hour, and they landed, of course, successful landing, the booster back on the sea. They're causing so much shit debris. I watched the launch today, guys. I saw a wire hose, big thick hose come out. What did you think of the last video I showed you, the debris? That is an amazing capture. In the last video, I have a debris that was spiraling around, right? A light, and then it opened up, and you could see like a shoelace flying around in space. There's lots of stuff out there in space, and not that high up. There's stuff that I'm seeing. It's underneath the space station. Think of it, space station 430 kilometers up, right? 415, 416 kilometers up, maybe 440 kilometers up. There's debris under that. that's going by them. It's crazy stuff. Oh, actually, okay. It has a chance of hitting humans. So let's see what's going on. We'll be careful where we're getting our information. We all know that there's a lot of liars out there, but still, the New York Post, we're not going to hide it. 600-pound satellite plummets towards Earth. Let's look at the date. We got to be careful. I don't know if I got caught yesterday posting something in March. I thought it was in March the other day, saying, "Oh my God, CME coming, guys, for the 19th of March." Like, well, we're in April, Bruce. Okay, never mind. 600-pound satellite. I had a problem with that one. 600 pounds, and they're usually this big. 600-pound satellite plummets towards Earth with chance of hitting humans. And that was April 18th in the evening. We're the 19th now. So let's see what they say. Thanks for sharing that. It's interesting. Not a plane, bird, or frog. It's a 600-pound satellite hurling toward Earth, and it's set to make its crash landing today. Yuck. Un momento, por favor. Mi sirvienta y mi agua. Me. NASA reported on Monday that the retired Reuven Ramadi, I don't know half of what I read sometimes. Ever notice that? I'm always reading something new at the stream and it's never the same name of the association, organization, always a new satellite or something. So, reported on Monday, Reuven Ramadi high energy solar spectroscopic imager spacecraft, otherwise known as Reshi, should have said so, will enter Earth's atmosphere on Wednesday, tonight, after over 2 decades in orbit. Oh, so thanks for sharing that. So and why the hell did I not see that? Oh yeah, I was a bit busy yesterday. That was a satellite there for 2 decades. Okay. While most of the satellite is expected to burn up during its descent, some parts have a chance of surviving the fiery return. All you need is a piece this big, boy, coming in and hitting you in the face at 1,000 miles an hour. The risk of harm coming to anyone on Earth is low. 1 in 2,467. Well, that's a little dangerous because in reality, if you were told that you have 1 in 2,000 chances of winning the lottery, you'd have a chance of winning. The agency said in a statement, first launched into its low Earth orbit in 2002, RESI has observed people, I would say, but it's not there, has observed solar flares, corona mass ejections that have aided scientists' investigation into the physics of the sun's energy bursts. So what's going on? It just started bursting, the sun. And why is it being decommissioned now? How many satellites are being thrown out of the sky because of the sun? How many you bet satellites are no more good? And you know what? They're innovating, making better satellites. The V satellites that were sent up with the Falcon 9 heavy load this morning or this afternoon, I don't know if it was Florida or Texas anyway, went up, okay, or from SpaceX. They launched that, and it's a more advanced satellite. And that satellite has a propulsion system on it that is a lot stronger. So eventually, we're going to start being able to detect certain satellites. I definitely will with the infrared by noticing maybe some propulsion systems at the back of them. Satellites are tiny. And when they're launched, they go up in orbit. Don't even think of being able to see them properly. You can't see satellites properly. If not, everyone would be seeing them in the sky. There's thousands of satellites over you. Not that many, by the way. 5,000 about. Not more than that. Over you. Maybe even 4,500 satellites around Earth. No more than that, by the way. They want to send thousands up, but they're not thousands yet. And all that, you don't see them at night very much. I know some of you do. I get it. Some of you tell me that you see them. I've seen them too, very high up, but that's the space station, they say. You could see it going by, right? But space station, look at the height it's at, and then look at the lights that I'm filming. The satellites are at a certain height, guys. The lights that I'm seeing at my house are not. Excuse me. I'm burping water again, guys. Fasting and talking. I'm gonna be tired tonight. Those satellites are low as hell. No, they're high. They're high up in the sky. As a matter of fact, they got to be higher than and away from the space station not to hit them, right? Sometimes the space station has to move for debris. Last year, do you remember? The space station moved twice for debris. So that's an interesting thing. So first launch in 2002, observed solar flares, blah, 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 blah. Using its imaging spectrometer, RESI recorded 100,000 X-ray events. According to the agency, as well as gamma ray images, it marked the first time gamma ray and high energy X-ray images of solar flares had been captured. Wow. Isn't that interesting? I started getting pictures of the sun only a few years after they actually started showing solar flares. When you think of it, it's interesting. Until its decommissioning in 2018, due to communication difficulties, the spacecraft also aided the discoveries relating to the sun's shape and terrestrial gamma. Okay, I'm not interested about that. I'm interested in knowing what's going to happen. So at 600 pounds, RESI is a relatively lightweight satellite compared to the others that have launched into or returned from orbit. No, no. Some of the satellites are really small, really small. They have some test satellites they did. There's some secret spy satellites that are as big as friggin' packs of cigarettes. They're really, 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 really small. They don't weigh 600 pounds. In general, a couple of years back, when somebody, you wanted to know how big a satellite was, compare it to a washer or dryer. That's the size of a satellite. And they got the panels that come out. Sometimes you got just the dryer like object, and you got the big long panel out on one side, a couple of antennas out, obviously cameras and whatever artificial intelligence. Guys, do you have any idea what DARPA is sending up there? What they're going to do with artificial intelligent programming and tests, and they're not going to test in our country. They're going to test over certain other countries, little things, HARP, CERN, doing a whole bunch of testing. It's getting very dangerous, and we are more dangerously advanced in warfare than we were a couple of years back, and it's always and only just to control us. It's very concerning. January, NASA announced a 38-year-old satellite weighing 5,600 pounds would be returning to Earth following the multiple instances of Chinese. It must be 2 hours. Yep, I cough at the second hour. Following the multiple instances of Chinese rocket debris that re-entered the atmosphere in 2022. Really pissed about that. Chinese shot a lot of shit junk into the ocean, and could have almost crashed over an area in the States at one point. There was even a no-fly zone. A lot of things happen around these objects that are coming in and crashing all the time. The debris hits other debris pieces. They become smaller pieces, and all that small metals flying around. They're going to have to get literally a net-like object, metallic net with a furnace, just a big mouth furnace. What do you think? Seriously, big square mouth of a furnace that just turns everything into plasma dust, just sucking everything in, including the ISS space station, probably at the same time. So keep your heads up, guys. There's a satellite. Yeah, actually, don't keep your heads up. Stay inside. A satellite is supposed to crash onto Earth. It's dangerous to hit where humans are, actually. It's been up there since 2002. So that'll be something interesting. Hey, we had a hell of a good talk, y'all. Hell of a good talk. We had a damn good show. Whoop, am I lagging? Why am I lagging? Did I have too many pages open? I guess I did. Another incredible stream. Spent 2 amazing hours with my awesome community. Hopefully, maybe a few new people came by, and to all that I've missed, of course, I thank you so much, Jules of Southern Oregon. Do you mean the podcasts I usually make or these? Because honestly, this is like a podcast, right? Literally, pretty much like a podcast. Is that what it is? I'm kind of not 99 or 97. I thought it was 97 or something. Oh, but that's right. States and Canada. I wonder if that's different. And I guess 100. I had a fever of 104, 105 at one point when I was really, really young. Almost died. It's not much, eh? Goes to show like the Earth. The Earth heats up only 3 degrees, and look, it's losing it. We heat up 3 degrees, you can almost die too. Maybe the Earth is alive. Long story short, thank you, Darla. Join the cool kids. That's you guys. Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Bruce. Friday coming up, guys. We're Wednesday, so in 2 days, we're going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot more information, pretty sure. Again, I'm going to be plunging myself into showing some more structures. There's lots of structures on the moon. They're not all easy to show, and you have to get the best of days. And that is something that is a factor. First factor, guys, by the way. If you don't get a beautiful shot or sky, you're not going to see much. The closest structures I showed you guys was when the moon was closest to Earth a couple of years ago. So real quickly, there's going to be a solar eclipse before I get off here tonight. Thanks for coming in, everyone. And I missed a lot of comments today, I admit it, but doesn't matter. We'll be streaming again, and I'll make up for it. Be careful losing weight, says my friend RH negative Valkyrie. Thank you very much. Be careful losing weight too fast. It can be dangerous, but I thank you very much. Yes, it is. And a lot of people tell me because I am losing weight pretty fast. But you see, usually I'm hungry to get off to go eat supper, and there's not going to be a supper. It's 7 o'clock, and I won't be eating till tomorrow. And if I can make it 35 hours again, so tomorrow evening. So I'll probably be eating. Well, you see, I ate today. At 2 o'clock, my chicken. It was 35 hours. So I'm going to wait Friday. Friday is my other meal, guys. Next stream will be Thursday. Yeah, Friday morning or afternoon before the stream. I should eat another little piece of meat before coming on the stream. Think of it, guys. If you're overweight and you're depressed, male or female, 50, 60 years old, walking really helps, but we don't all have time to do the walking. So instead of doing that, fast. Do you have stairs in your house? You know how it pisses you off when you have to go up twice or 3 times during the day? Go up 10 times in the stairs. I've been going up and down the stairs all week, like deliberately. You don't think 12 stairs is going, happy not 13. You don't think 12 stairs is going to be good exercise? Yes. It's just moving around. When I was on the buses, I wasn't doing much moving around, but just the fact I was on the bus opening oh man, it's a hell of a job opening the door in the bus, except I had the new buses in the end where there was just a button. Not like in the olden days, you had to click, open the door like that. But walking around the bus, going into the school to bring the papers in the office, going back into the bus, I was able to lose some weight and maintain, not lose actually. I was able to maintain weight. When I started doing this full time, I go out my walks or anything. So that's a bad thing. I have to return to doing so. I'm hyped because I haven't had, I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but I drink on weekends. I'm alone. Why would I now? If I want to lose some weight, I might stop for a couple of weeks, maybe even months. I'm going to do a radical shift in my weight, and I'm going to lose. Too fast is bad. Back in the past, I lost too fast, really too fast. As a matter of fact, my skin was hanging off of my body, and I was able to get it back fit, tightened back up without any operations whatsoever. When you lose a lot of weight like that, you can expect stretch marks and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it really metamorphosizes your body when you lose the weight. But I was really lucky with that. It wasn't too bad. I'm not excessive. I don't have bulges and hanging stuff. I'm big, big face, big shoulders, but I'm big boned. I weight trained before, so I got a massive chest, and it's like it stays. That's a bad thing when people weight train, and I didn't weight train a lot. I'm built. I was born with a weight trainer's chest, so I started training a little bit throughout my life, several times, but nothing big. I think my son did a lot more training than me. My son's kicking my ass in chess. Really proud of him. He just started playing chess, which I mean, he could have started anything, online poker, anything. He's playing chess to try to better himself to reach tournament levels. So I said, hey, go for it. When he was young, he had done weightlifting and showed me a picture of him. I thought he was honestly, it was like he was ready for a competition. I don't even remember him being like that. But and again, with no drugs. When you do something naturally, it's a lot better, eh? Jules of Southern Oregon, everyone, Josie or Josie, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. From New Zealand, thank you very much. Always wonderful to see my friends from New Zealand. I have the very beautiful friend that comes here of ours, Evelyn Saba, that lives in New Zealand, and I think I have someone else also. So to all that I missed, I am so sorry, guys. I didn't go all the way down. Exactly. Truth is everything. Space is fake. Aliens are real. Governments are lies. Oh, yes. Earth is flat. Could be. Dome around us. Most likely. The civilization behind the ice wall. Chills. So interesting. Federal Bureau of Investigation, thanks for coming back to another stream. Hope to see you again next week. Thanks so much. Benjamin, thanks. First time here. Someone on IG said, you're cool. Hey, man, listen. I thank you so much. Thank you very much, Benjamin. 544. Unfortunately, you're probably not here and said the guy did not respond to me, but if you still are, thank you so much for letting me know that. Benjamin, check out the videos. Ask me any question on any video that I'm going to post. I will answer you. This is a channel, by the way. If you're here and you're one that enjoys watching a video and leaving your opinion on what I caught and getting a reply back from me, well, this is the place, guys and gals, because I love replying and responding to everyone. Comments are down to 40 now, from 100 to 40. Remember, we went from 400 to 300, and 300 to 200, 200 to 100. Now down to 40. What are you guys going to do? I'm going to laugh. When we get down to 5 comments per video and no subscribers, you're going to say, well, how could it be? The French channel, they killed it like that. But you know what? My French channel, because they killed the channel, it permitted me to see every friggin' family member that's there now. Because when you go on Avenue Quebec Astronomy, it's a family. We're a small group of people that love researching and looking at truth. And I'm going to continue like that. But guys, thanks for keeping the channel going. Thanks for coming back. Don't change what you're doing. Just keep doing all what you're doing. If you're coming to the channel, it's a beautiful contribution. Every one of you are contributing. If people don't thank their communities, the community can close the channel. You guys can get my channel shut in a flash. You don't come back, let the channel die out, and it will die out. So I appreciate you for doing so, coming back. Love you guys. Stay in touch, and I will be answering right tonight some more comments on the last video, the before last video, and again on the stream. And to all the comments that I missed, again, I'll catch up and make up for it. Leave me a comment right here if I missed your comment, to see if I'm a legitimate, truthful guy, trustworthy guy. I will answer every comment. I dare anyone that's a hacker or a troll that wants to dare leave me 100,000 different comments, because I'm going to answer each and every one of them, but it doesn't happen. When I started saying that, usually the comments started dropping down. Hey, have you ever been to a channel where the guy says, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the videos and comment. Have an amazing day. Not everybody, does that. Hey, Peter Benton, thanks so much, man. I take the stairs on way home, Bruce. 11th floor, that's 100. You really do that? Well, that's why you stay thin, because you're not fat, right? Like me. then that means you can maintain your weight by doing the stairs. But you know it, if you were off work for 2 weeks because you're on vacation and something, well, maybe, just maybe, well, maybe not vacation because you guys walk a lot, you and Kelly on vacation for sure. But yeah, man, stairs is the best thing. I go up and down the stairs. I went up yesterday probably about 40, 50 times in the stairs. Took me almost an hour. I was just couldn't go up anymore. But the goal is that I worked up a sweat. I was able to get sweat, coming off me. Don't look thin yet, but it'll get there. Actually, the next stream, well, it's Friday, so I'll probably be still just a little bit thinner. But thanks for the general contributions, Peter. Thanks to all of you. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Have an amazing night. Bye-bye. Leave a comment. I'll be commenting. I dare you guys. Grow the comments. 200, 300, 400 comments. You'll have a ball seeing me try to answer them all. One person did it to me once and left me 1,100 comments, and I answered them all twice. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't you dare. Bye, guys. Talk soon.